Hi, I'm Brandy Childress, and with me today is Mr. Paul Goldstein, Chair of VTA's Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Committee. We're going to learn about BPAC, but before we get started, let's learn a little bit more about Paul. Welcome.
Thank you. Well, I grew up in New York City, and as a child I got around by using the subway and using buses, and I never thought too much about cars. And then I went to college, a small college in the Midwest, where undergraduates weren't allowed to own cars, and we had to get around by bicycling all the time. It wasn't until I came to California that I really understood the car culture, and it came as a bit of a shock. To tell you the truth, although I own a car, I'm still happier getting around by bicycle. I bicycle for just about all my errands, I bicycle commute to work, and bicycling is part of my recreational and fitness life. I try to pay this back by offering community service in bicycling, and it's one of the reasons that I joined the VTA BPAC.
Well, thank you for sharing that experience. So now we're going to ask you a few questions about BPAC. First of all, what is BPAC?
The BPAC, which is the Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Committee, serves several roles. We are advisory to the congestion management program of the VTA. We provide comments and we provide advice to the VTA Board of Directors. We also serve as a liaison to the various agencies that we represent. That's the county and the cities within the County of Santa Clara. And we serve as the countywide BPAC for the County of Santa Clara. The BPAC plays a key role in coordinating the bicycle and pedestrian programs and plans within the county. The BPAC members are all members or former members of their city's BPACs. The county's representative on the BPAC is appointed by and is a member of the County Roads Commission. In addition, there's one BPAC member, who happens to be at this point myself, who is an ex officio member appointed by the Silicon Valley Bicycle Coalition.
How does BPAC contribute to transportation planning in Santa Clara County?
The VTA prepares the long-range transportation plan for Santa Clara County. A key element of that plan is the bicycle expenditure program. The BPAC advises the VTA on the criteria it should use to select project for the bicycle expenditure program. A couple of projects that might be called out in the bicycle expenditure program. There's the newly constructed Marier Avenue Bridge, which has been renamed the Don Burnett Bridge. We've also advised the county on the freeway intersection design for Highway 17 and 280. And a third project that's very interesting to us is the extension of the pedestrian tunnels under the Caltrain tracks and the Amtrak tracks at the Santa Clara station.
What are other areas of expertise for BPAC?
Well, the interesting thing is that members of the BPAC are all bicyclists, and so as bicyclists we have perspectives on things that a motorist might not see. For example, the VTA updates the countywide bicycle plan. The countywide bicycle plan shows routes of countywide and regional significance. As bicyclists, we know those routes and we can advise the county on what should and should not be included in them. Additionally, the BPAC has been influential in local, regional, and statewide efforts. For instance, the CEQA guidelines. CEQA has provided a checklist, an initial checklist that the BPAC has commented on. And the BPAC has also been involved in the updates to general plans to incorporate the Complete Streets Act. I'll also say that VTA has published a manual called the Bicycle Technical Guidelines. Bicycle technical guidelines include and incorporate all of the requirements from the state of California for bicycle facilities. But the bicycle technical guidelines go beyond that to provide safer and more comfortable facilities. And it has been a model for such facilities throughout the state.
What are the BPAC's accomplishments that you are most proud of?
Well, probably the thing that I'm most proud of in my work is work that we actually did as the county-wide BPAC for the County of Santa Clara. we worked on the special events ordinance that the county had prepared, and the original draft of this ordinance had some problems for bicycles. We worked closely with county staff, and we developed an ordinance that met the needs of the county without being unduly burdensome to the bicycling community. In addition, I feel that the work that we've done on freeway intersections and other major improvements that have been done on the roadways to accommodate bicycles and pedestrians, that we have developed a working relationship with the VTA engineers, and now I'm very pleased to say that when some of these projects come to us, they incorporate many of the suggestions that we've given on previous projects, and it's just really good to be working in an environment like that. Finally, none of the things that we do on the BPAC could really be done without the excellent work of our BPAC staff. Ying Smith keeps us very well informed about what's going on in other areas of the VTA. And Michelle de Robertis is probably one of the best bicycle planners in the state of California, if not in the world. And her accomplishments in developing the bicycle technical guidelines it's really a model for what can be done to promote safe and comfortable bicycling.
Thank you, Paul, for coming out today and speaking with us on behalf of the BPAC.
My pleasure.
We'd also like to thank BPAC for all the great things that committee does for transportation planning in Santa Clara County.
We are happy to do it.
To learn more about the BPAC, please visit vta.org. Thanks and have a good day.